Saw dudes. Season 22 buffed Doomfang Pauldron and gave Monte Carlo a catalyst. Doomfang now provides a Void Surge buff that stacks up to 4 times for a 25% damage buff, and the catalyst for Monte Carlo lets us use the bayonet, allowing for some stabby stab action. Finally, it's a dream come true for melee-centric builds, but this is especially the case for Void Titans. Today's build focuses on a little bit of everything, but when I say this is busted, I mean it. The ad clear on this build is through the roof, and the boss DPS is no slouch either. Let's get started. When it comes to a super, you can choose either Ward of Dawn or Sentinel Shield. If you value safety and support more, I would personally choose Ward of Dawn, especially in raids and endgame areas. However, if you want to focus more on ad clear or killing majors, Sentinel Shield is better and also plays into Doomfang's exotic perk of extending the duration of the super. I chose to run Rally Barricade for the additional stability, reload speed, and flinch resistance it provides to weapons. Shield Throw is a melee we'll be using since it can proc Doomfang's perk from range and provides 15 overshield on hit. Shield Bash is not reliable to use in high-end content due to the need to constantly close the gap. The grenade is up to preference, but I use Suppressor Grenade to stun overload champions. Also, applying the Suppress debuff prevents combatants from firing, making it safer to approach. Aspects for the Void Frisbee build are Controlled Demolition and Offensive Bulwark. Controlled Demolition causes void ability damage and volatile explosions to apply volatile to enemies. These explosions restore 90 HP to us and allies. Offensive Bulwark causes Sentinel Shield super to gain an additional shield throw. While we have a Void Overshield or inside Ward of Dawn, we gain 400% additional base grenade regen rate, 100% increased melee damage, and increased melee lunge range. Fragments for this build are Echo of Instability, Persistence, Starvation, and Undermining. Instability causes grenade kills to grant volatile rounds to void weapons for 10 seconds. Persistence causes void buffs like Devour and Void Overshields to last about 40% longer. Starvation causes Orb and Void Reach pickups to grant Devour for 5 seconds. Undermining makes Void Grenades apply the Weaken debuff to enemies for 5 seconds on hit. In the event that you do not want volatile rounds and prefer to generate more super energy, I would sub out Echo of Instability for Echo of Reprisal. Reprisal causes kills to generate additional super energy when surrounded by 3 or more enemies within 8 meters. Now let's cover the mods on the Spiky Grimace suit. For the helmet, I use Harmonic Siphon, Kinetic Siphon, and Heavy Ammo Finder. Heavy Ammo Finder can be swapped out for Special Ammo Finder or hands-on for more super energy regeneration. When it came to Doomfang Pauldron, I went with Heavy Handed, Grenade Kickstart, and Impact Induction. On the Grimace Ghillie suit, I equipped Harmonic Resistance, Melee Damage Resistance, and Void Reserves. I will once again have to ask you guys to use your imagination due to contest mode at the time of recording. For the boots, I chose to use Harmonic Scavenger, Innervation, and Absolution. If you want more safety via barricades, I suggest subbing out Absolution for insulation. Lastly, the mark had Reaper, Bomber, and Powerful Attraction. Powerful Attraction can be swapped for Special Finisher if you want to top off more often. When it comes to stat priority, aim for 100 Resilience, then Discipline. Resilience lowers barricade cooldown and indirectly lowers grenade cooldown through the mod setup. Discipline directly affects the grenade cooldown, allowing for easier ad clear and application of suppression and weaken effects. Now let's go over the weapon loadout for the big purple demon. There is only one, but I have included some alterations for different playstyles. Weapon Loadout 1 uses Monte Carlo in the kinetic slot, as I have already mentioned. Monte Carlo restores 2% melee energy per hit, and kills have a 25% chance to fully recharge a melee ability, on top of granting a stack of Markov Chain for additional damage. The catalyst allows for the use of the bayonet, which does 30,000 damage at the minimum in my testing. Monte Carlo is used to regen our shield throw melee so that we can take advantage of Doomfang Pauldron's exotic perk for additional super energy on void melee kill. If you're not a fan of Monte Carlo, I can recommend using Traveler's Chosen. Instead of regenning melee energy alone, you can regen all 3 abilities. However, it does require kills to charge, so it may be harder to use when it comes to longer range engagements. One thing that is noteworthy though is Osmosis, which causes Traveler's Chosen to become a void weapon on grenade usage. Should you kill a unit with a grenade, you can use volatile rounds with it and apply the debuff to enemies for easy ad clear. In the energy slot, I chose to go with Likely Suspect. It's a rapid fire frame fusion rifle that can roll with Slideways and Golden Tricorn. Refreshing Golden Tricorn is easy due to the innately high ability regen, making this gun great for constant special DPS. In the heavy slot, we're going to use the goated LMG Retrofit Escapade. The combo of 4 times charm and target lock is great for total DPS against raid bosses, but when combined with volatile rounds, it becomes even more lethal. I know many players may not have one crafted yet, so a substitute for it could be Commemoration rolled with Reconstruction and Killing Tally for ease of use. Either option is fine, but I would still chase after Retrofit Escapade. The game loop for the build is pretty easy. Start by using a shield throw melee against a weak ad in order to secure a kill, activating Doomfang Pauldron's perk. Continue using Monte Carlo to gain more melee energy and perpetuate the loop. Your grenade will continue to charge by playing this way, so use it against combatants to suppress them and apply volatile. Should you kill an enemy with one, switch to your special or heavy and begin to go crazy. Take this time to melt high priority targets with volatile rounds and rinse and repeat. I'm happy to put out another highly requested video. Seriously though, it is fun making something that people genuinely want. This build is one of my favorites and great for supporting an entire team in endgame content. Thank you for watching and happy farming.